following is a production of 10 Ply Media. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Couch Thoughts Podcast. This week it's episode 15. Here we are from a couch. I'm Rocky Persinger. With me as always, Brent Pickens. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, just another week.
15 in a row.
15 weeks in a row. We've done this now. Feeling pretty good about it. 15 weeks. We average about 15 listeners a week.
Not bad. I'll take it.
We'll take it. What are you going to do? But, I'm just here after this week. The world hates me.
Yeah, Rock's a little grouchy this week.
I'm a little grouchy this morning, guys. So just, keep that in mind. I'm a little mad at the world.
Between his vehicle problem and fantasy football, he's just not having it.
Yeah, I got vehicle issues. I'm trying to deal with car. I think that's my whole issue, really. Trying to deal with car salesmen.
Well, that and anybody that knows Rock knows he doesn't like losing.
I do not lose.
And honestly, if any of you guys from work are listening, I probably just wouldn't give you any crap next week.
Well,
are y'all? Do y'all have a high building? Are you up in the?
Well, I'm just on the second floor.
Well,
so
that's a decent little drop. Somebody may go flying.
Nah, man,
aim for the bushes. Huh?
It's just college fantasy football. It's a college league. It's so unpredictable, man.
Oh yeah,
and you can do your best to your projections. You can go through projections and you can do research on teams and who's good players. And then you show up the next week and 2 of your players gets hurt. 2 of them doesn't play. So I played like 7 players out of 10 this week. I got 88 points.
So what happens if they cancel a game?
You just don't get, if you start that guy and they cancel a game, you don't get points.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I had to look at all the hurricane cancellations, go through my team, make sure I wasn't starting any of those guys.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, the University of Virginia moved their game over to Vanderbilt. They weren't even playing Vanderbilt, but they moved their game over there just so they could play over in, Tennessee, I think. But yeah, man, so just going through all that, and I had a tough week. So here we are trying to do the podcast. We're gonna soldier on through here, and so the first topic, Brent, what have you been playing this week, man?
Well, man, I'm having a tough time. It's really hard to balance my Spiderman time and my NBA 2K19 time.
Right.
But if I had to pick between the two, honestly, I probably would pick Spider-Man up first.
Yeah.
Because it's overwhelming. There's just so much stuff. Like your main objective will pop up, and on your way to there, you'll see all these backpacks popping up.
Yeah.
That you pick up and you get, it gives you like points to buy stuff or something else with.
Unlock stuff.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Okay.
Unlock new suits.
Right.
But you have to have, Well, they have that. Then they have these landmarks that you have to pull your camera out and take pictures of.
Okay.
And they give you points also.
Oh boy.
There's 55 there's 55 backpacks. There's like 20 some landmarks. And then on top of all that, you'll have crimes popping up across town.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I gotta go shut this shit down. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, what would Spidey do? So you're doing that.
You ain't gonna let a guy snatch a purse.
That's real. And you have these, and then there's these other side ones. I did the undercover mission where you're actually Mary Jane, and
you finally got to that one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But you do that, and then I don't know. There's just so much, and like I don't know. I was letting Trent and Hunter play a little bit. They're doing one of those. There's these challenges. I don't know. You go into this warehouse, and there's like 5 waves of enemies keep coming.
Okay.
I was having a problem, and then you have these objectives that you got to do on the side too, like so many takedowns. So it is. Well,
so your 12-year-old and your 5-year-old had to beat it for.
Well, no, they didn't beat it, but they were actually doing. Trent made it to wave 5. Hunter made it to like wave 3. And like he's jumping. Hunter, he's wild anyway. He's jumping all over the place. And Like it's
not
funny.
jumping as Spider-Man. Himself is jumping in the living room
as he's playing Spider-Man. It's crazy, but I mean they really like it. There's just so much.
I want to get Spider-Man, man.
There's so much to do. It's just honestly it's overwhelming because I've done maybe 3 missions of the main story.
Yeah.
But the other stuff it keeps popping up and I don't know. It's really cool.
And I'm just, I want to get it. I want to play. It's my most, the game that's out right now is the one I want to play the most.
Yeah.
But, I just spent $1,500 on my truck.
Yep.
To try to get the air conditioning fixed. So, man, I'm just trying to save money, and it's coming at the expense of my video game playing right now.
I mean, I can understand.
I mean, I just, I don't like it, but. And then, we got Red Dead right around the corner.
I know. Well, thank goodness mine's already paid off.
Well, Red Dead's right around the corner in October. And, how are you supposed to play Spider-Man with all these overwhelming objectives and stuff?
I don't know.
And then, and I have Dragon Quest 11 over there, which is like, a huge RPG. It takes 100 hours to beat. Where do you get this time in the day?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't have enough time. There's too many games, not enough time.
Well, and I don't know about you, how much you play throughout the week, but in the evenings, after I put the kids to bed, I have probably from 9 till 10,
you
11.
fall asleep.
Yeah, it's usually,
10.
I usually try to be in bed between 10 and 11. The other night I played Spider-Man a little too long, and it was like 11:30.
Oh, boy.
And, so I can't do that anymore.
Which Brent has to be at work at 7, right?
Yeah.
Or a little before, actually.
Yes, yeah. So, I gotta... And I have to leave the house... I try to leave the house no later than 6:15.
Yeah.
So, give me in case traffic, whatever, but... It's rough.
It's hard out there, man.
And I don't understand how these people have all this time to play. I mean...
Well, I'll tell you, it used to be us. When we were in high school, college, middle school, we'd just sit there and play a game for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore, man.
Can't.
I work at a computer all day. So I'm sitting there staring at a screen all day.
I'd fall asleep.
Well, I'm just staring at a screen all day, and then it's like I come home, at 5 o'clock or whatever. What am I going to do? Stare at another screen for 6 hours while I'm trying to beat this huge RPG or whatever it is,
No.
or huge open world game? I mean, I'm just going to make time for Red Dead because it's Red Dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Red Dead. You have to.
But yeah, I'm Spider-Man. I'm just like, man, I need to buy it now if I'm going to play it.
Well, I know you heard me talking about earlier, man. All the different outfits they have on there is freaking insane, and that's what you use your points for. You can to buy different outfits, and there's one that looks like the Wasp.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
like a black and
like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, it's like black. It has the yellow on it, and then it has yellow around the eyes. So the eyes are black, but I don't know. It is pretty crazy. They have all kinds of outfits on there, so it's definitely worth the pickup. For
I mean, I guess so. And the web swinging, it's pretty close to Spider-Man 2, which is the best Spider-Man game ever.
Which I like it too because they have this zip line you can do. Like, you grab, it'll pull you up.
Pull yourself, yeah.
But you see, I like it too how it's set up. You can see the little anchors on like poles and stuff that you can. And I just unlocked this electrified web.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can. It was actually kind of cool. You're in there. You and this officer searching these storage containers, and you got to complete the circuit. But he slides his stun gun under the door, and you electrify your web. And when you shoot the circuit, it electrifies it. So so I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But there's all kinds of gadgets and stuff on there. I unlocked a Spider-Man drone. That you can fly around.
Drone?
Yeah, so you can search, see how many enemies and stuff are around.
That's cool. I didn't even know they had that.
I didn't either. So I told you earlier the web slinging was a little slower.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's because you have your cartridges. Because when you run out of web, you have to let it refill. Well, Then after a while, you can unlock more cartridges, so you have more actual web.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. I mean,
So you can actually run out of web.
yeah. In the middle of a fight, if you're just sitting there, because the enemies, there's guys with shields. There's like real big brute guys, so
Right.
you have to use your agility to beat them.
Right.
And if you keep, if you keep tying them up, eventually you run out.
Yeah.
So then you have to wait. And your suit has different powers.
Yeah.
You have these additional slots. You can put stuff in like ballistics gel you can withstand gunshots more.
Right.
And just stuff like that, melee damage, that type of thing. But it's really neat.
Yeah, man. So I want to play it, but don't know if I'll have the money to go get it. But another game came out that Brent and I both want to play.
Yeah.
And that's NHL 19.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was out. He texted me the other day. I think it was Saturday, wasn't it?
It came out Friday.
Friday.
It came out Friday. I texted you Saturday.
Oh, I was like, that's great. I'm already having a hard enough time balancing my game time.
Yeah, now NHL comes out, and we're new hockey fans.
Yes.
Because we got tired of the NFL and football and basketball the way it is. So we're like, man, we need a new sport in the winter.
Yep.
So we were like, hey, let's watch some hockey.
Yeah.
So we watched a couple games on TV and they were cool.
Oh yeah.
But then we were like, hey, let's go to a game. So we went to a Columbus Blue Jackets game, and this is, it's right in the middle of the playoff race, the race for the playoffs. And they played the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
And man, it was just the live hockey was just
it was
awesome.
And there was like 3 halftime shows. It was freaking crazy.
Yeah, because they have the periods.
Yeah. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And of course we were a little higher than we wanted to be. But
we were way up there.
But I mean, we were still able to see everything. You seen all the action. It was pretty cool. We had I ended up buying a puck, which is heavier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the pucks are pretty heavy, which I saw. I've been to a hockey game before. I saw Sidney Crosby get hit in the face with a puck, and
nice.
It was pretty brutal. So, yeah, those are pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's. So and I think when we got to our seats, there was a signed program that had all the players' signatures on it, which I thought that was kind of neat. So
yeah, man, so hockey, we're really getting into it.
Oh yeah,
I kind of gravitated towards the Columbus Blue Jackets because Fox Sports Ohio, just like they carry the Reds games, Fox Sports Ohio carries all of the Columbus Blue Jackets games. So you can watch them all, right around here. And it's funny because my buddy Chuck, who lives in Parkersburg, shout out to my buddy Chuck. I think he listens sometimes. But he is a Penguins fan.
Oh.
Because they get the Fox Sports Pittsburgh channel there. Thing is, they're closer to Columbus than we are. But they get the Pittsburgh local channel. So he watches all of the Penguins games. I watch all the Blue Jackets games. So, we're at odds. And then Pickens goes wild card like always.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Chose the Washington Capitals.
Heck yeah. And I was not on the bandwagon, for the record.
That's true. He at the beginning of the season last year, he was like, man, Ovechkin's probably my favorite player, so I'm just going to go with the Capitals because they're still pretty close.
Yep.
They play the Blue Jackets. We're going to go, for sure, 100% going to go watch a Blue Jackets Capitals game this year.
Yes. Yeah, because who knows how much longer Ovechkin's going to be around. And, I remember years ago, the first hockey game we got, because anybody knows me and Rocky knows when we play, we there for a while we'd get a hockey game. We never really watched a whole lot of it on TV then.
Yeah.
But we'd get a hockey game just to yell the names.
Yeah, some of the crazy Russian names.
Crazy Russian names they have. And
that's the best part about hockey still.
And I remember when they come out, I think that was around the time both of them come out, when Crosby and Ovechkin come out.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just didn't like Crosby. Maybe it's because he got drafted by Pittsburgh. I don't know.
He was kind of the golden child.
Yeah, everybody was all about him, and it was almost like, I know Ovechkin was one, wasn't he?
Yeah, but like, you know, Ovechkin's like the blue collar guy, kind of, and then like Sid the Kid or whatever is kind of like the, you know, he's going to be the next Wayne Gretzky, which he kind of turned out being. I mean, he's a great freaking player.
He's great, but you know, you take Malkin away from him, I'm not sure how great.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's had some great Pittsburgh team. The Penguins have had some great players around him.
You had Fleury as your goalie for freaking 10 years.
Yeah, which I don't know. I still don't know why they just let him go, and then he goes out to Vegas.
Well, I was talking to a guy I work with because he grew up playing. He's actually a truck driver, and I talk to hockey with him all the time because he's a big hockey guy.
Yeah,
I'm a big hockey fan, and we were talking about it, and you know, he was telling me, you know, that at the time the backup goalie to Fleury was getting up there in age, and they're like, you know, he's I guess Fleury got hurt that year, and they gave that guy a shot, and he's actually pretty good. Well, they didn't see paying both of them the money.
Yeah.
And since Fleury was getting up there in age, he let Fleury go.
So they let Fleury go to Vegas.
To Vegas.
And then he balls out.
Which I will say, that Vegas team was great, but it's not a typical first-year Vegas team, or a first-year like expansion team.
Yeah.
You know, they had some really good veterans on that team.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people coming up from like the junior hockey leagues on that team. Yeah, they had some good veteran players.
Yeah, I mean, if your goalie is Fleury, that you're doing all right. I mean,
yeah, you're doing pretty good.
I mean,
but you know, yeah, NHL 19's out, and you know, I have NHL 18 over there. Really loved that game.
It was a fun game.
It was a really fun game. You know, they do it better than Madden.
Yes.
You know, just the game modes and the way they are, they always do it better than Madden. You know, create a player and superstar mode and all that. For NHL 19, they didn't really touch that stuff.
No, they the Ultimate Team thing, they didn't really touch it much. Even the online thing, I heard people complaining because of the servers.
Yeah.
But again, you know, we're not big on the online. I'm really big on just the campaign. Or maybe franchise, you know, I call it campaign, but it's pretty much franchise.
The franchise, and also, you know, the superstar mode, or whatever it is.
Which the superstar mode, they didn't really change a whole lot.
Yeah.
But the franchise, they did all kinds of stuff.
They did a lot to the franchise for NHL 19 over 18. They completely revamped all the scouting.
Yep.
Which they're kind of making it more like the NCAA football games, where you could find a diamond in the rough and all this stuff. You know, if you scouted a 2-star player and then all of a sudden he's a 80 overall or whatever.
Well, and you don't just have 1 or 2 scouts. You have like 40, don't you?
I forget how many they said you could have, but it was like 20, 30. I don't know.
And it's really cool too. If your player retires, you can hire him as a scout.
Hire him as a scout. That is awesome.
That is awesome. You know,
that's great. And so, like, if you started a Capitals franchise, Ovechkin retires on you, you hire that man as a scout.
Yeah.
And that's just awesome.
It is. And it's not just a Russia or you know, wherever. It's the whole. You can send scouts to everywhere.
Yeah, there's the Canadian leagues, the American junior leagues. There's Sweden, Norway, Russia, like Europe, just everywhere. You can send them everywhere. I don't think they have a lot of hockey in Australia. But, you know, you can send these scouts everywhere, and you can also, you know, and they scout new players for you. But also, if somebody, they revamp the way trades work.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, the computer now, the computer-controlled teams will propose a lot of trades to you.
Yeah. And
I really like that because, you know, they propose trades and you can go for it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of changing teams up and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why that's really one of the things that caught my eye when you sent me that link. It was that, because that's cool. You know, you're not the only one proposing trades.
Right.
You know, so, you know, I don't know. I really like that.
And they saw, like, when you're doing the draft, if the computer looks at like, okay, this player is going to go next. He's the best player. Like if it's a forward, right? And then, but they really need a defensive player for their team, right?
Yep.
So really, they don't need to pick until later because they need that defensive player who's going to get drafted later. So they will trade down with someone who needs a forward, and trade and take advantage.
And I mean, this is really impressive because this is stuff that Madden still has yet to do.
Yeah.
2K is still doesn't. I mean, throughout the course of a season, they'll send you trades and stuff occasionally,
but they're not like legit,
right?
Good deals and
right.
Stuff.
And this whole thing, it's saying that this is the best guy on the board, but you're going to need this guy. So, well, heck, let's trade down to get
trade down because we can draft him later, and then we can pick up a few more draft picks and draft even better. So,
I mean, this is, and you can tell they put a lot into this. And I heard the skating and the way everything, the controls.
They got the real player motion now. Yeah, I've heard they do. It's every reviewer I've watched says that the new skating and puck handling and everything feels great.
Yep.
So
it's everyone I've seen on there so far. That's what it's saying.
So another thing about the scouting though, if somebody proposes you a trade and you don't know very much about that player, you can send one of your scouts to scout that team, and they will find out about that player and what they think about that player.
Yep.
And then also, each team has different scouts, so each team views players differently.
Right.
So there was this guy saying, I don't know why they would send me this trade, but then he got to thinking like, okay, well, they hold this player in really high esteem because their scouts said he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, that player is more valuable to them than he is to you because, there's the difference in how the scouts look at it.
Yep.
And I thought, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, they really have put a lot into this. And like I said, I know some of the other modes haven't really been touched, but the franchise alone is worth it.
Franchise is my main deal.
Mine too. Because last year I tried to be the pro mode, but I kind of got bored with it.
Yeah, it
because
gets
you're just the one guy. Nothing. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I really liked where you could upgrade the stadium. You're doing all that, and I don't know. I was a big fan of the franchise mode, so I'm definitely that'll probably be one of the next games I get. But I mean, it really looks good.
Oh, one more thing about the scouting. I was sitting here thinking another thing about the scouting. When you draft, so they'll tell your scouts will tell you we think this guy can be elite. He's a really good player, but you never know the overall when you draft him. So then to find out that player's overall for the rookie, you have to play him in the preseason games, and then your scouts at your own preseason games will scout that player in the preseason and tell you what kind of overall he is. Like, so that's just some really cool stuff.
It is. It really is.
And, Matt, say what you want about, like Pickens said, the other game modes haven't really been touched, but look at Madden. They didn't touch any of the game modes.
No.
They did not touch one single game mode.
No,
so,
it's been the same game year in, year out.
Yeah.
But you've heard us complain about that.
Right.
But
for NHL, for them to come out and completely change the way the franchise works, I mean, that's huge, man. And they're listening to fans. They're trying to make the game better. They have these arcade game modes that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess some people play those. I don't know. Online, like I said, me and Pickens don't care about the online, but
no.
Yeah, man. As soon as I scrape together some schmeckles to purchase a game, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's
gonna be it.
It's definitely on my list because it like I said, it looks really good.
Looks awesome. So, now let's see what we want to talk about next here. So Henry Cavill.
Yep.
We talked about Henry Cavill last week on the podcast that he was going to be star as Geralt of Rivia in the new Witcher series.
Oh yeah.
And we're still really excited about that because we love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yes.
And we think he's a really good Superman, even though he's had some crappy scripts, in the movies.
Yeah, but he fits. I mean, he has the Superman build and the Superman look.
And Superman personality, dude. He's like an all-American, guy. So there's rumors going around, it's still not confirmed, that he is out as Superman.
Yep.
And that sucks, man.
Yeah, because I mean, he really had. I mean, he really fit the best. Fit the part the best. And there's rumors, and I hope they're just rumors, that Michael B. Jordan is going to be Superman.
Yeah, which And,
man, I don't care, if you're white, black, whatever, but you have to have that look. And Michael B. Jordan, he's 5'8".
That's what I'm saying about Michael B. Jordan, man. He's tiny.
You can't have him stand next to, say, Batman and be to a shoulder. I mean,
that's real. You can't have that, man. What, they gonna put him on? They gonna CG him, make him taller?
I don't know.
Or what? Of course, we don't know who Batman's gonna be now.
That's true.
Because the DC universe is just in shambles.
Well, it's always been in shambles.
So maybe Henry Cavill might be freaking smart to get out of it, man. At this point, they're kind of stupid. But yeah, the Michael B. Jordan thing. He's 5'8". He doesn't. All the movies I've seen him in, he's kind of like, he's really serious. He's kind of mopey.
Yeah.
He kind of mopes around. He just doesn't have. He doesn't put off the. Maybe he could. He's a good actor. Maybe he could. Put off the Superman swagger type thing, like an all-American guy. But when I see Superman, and I don't care if he's white or black or brown or yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
If I see Superman, I see like a 6'4", like clean cut, like just all-American guy.
Yeah.
He's got to be bigger than Batman.
Yeah.
He's got to be more heroic than Batman.
Yeah, and I mean, if that's the route they want to go with a black Superman, I don't have an issue with that. It's just you gotta have somebody to fit that role.
Well, I told Pickens they're going to make Idris Elba Bond, or they're not. So make him Superman.
I'd be fine with that.
I think he's the one who seems to he has the build.
Yeah.
He has the type of confidence. So he's out as James Bond. So screw it, put him as Superman.
Yeah, I mean you just gotta have somebody fit the role. You can't have a 5'8" dude playing Superman.
That's real, man. Superman has to be larger than life.
Yeah.
In his personality and his build. So, yeah, I mean that would suck if Henry Cavill's out, but maybe it'll make some more room for him to do other stuff. I don't know.
I don't know how big the dude is, but I'm thinking. Do you remember Spawn?
Yeah.
You remember the guy that played Spawn?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think he'd be a bad. I mean, he's kind of a
bad.
bigger dude. I could see something like that, but I can't see Michael B. Jordan playing.
I can't see Michael B. Jordan, but maybe they'll get somebody that more suits it. But and it's probably just a rumor because he's like one of the hottest guys in Hollywood right now, Michael B. Jordan. He has Creed and he has Black Panther. He's pretty huge right now.
Yep.
But yeah, I just don't see it, man. So more to come on the Superman thing.
Yep.
But okay, so a couple other pop culture things we had to talk about here. The Venom movie.
Yep.
Pickens is pretty excited about it.
Yeah. Well, then Rock brought me down.
See, but you can't let me. I
try not to, but
you can't let me bring you down.
But see, I was this way whenever guys at work brought it up.
I'm hateful, man.
I know. It looks good. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. It looks great if you just look at it as a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you say Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
To me, that's the way Venom's supposed to be.
Well, let's not say that.
What do you mean?
The story is how it's supposed to be. The Venom was awful. It was freaking Topher Grace.
Well, I didn't mean... That's what I mean, though. Like, it's Spider-Man. It has to be tied to it. Like, I don't understand how you're going to make a Venom movie...
And not have Spider-Man.
And not have Spider-Man.
Maybe Spider-Man will be in there at the end, though. Because, like, okay, maybe they'll say... but it's like a whole difference between Fox and Marvel. You know, Fox owns the rights to this stuff. Marvel owns the rights to this stuff. That's why the X-Men aren't in the Marvel movies, because Fox owns the rights to all the X-Men movies, which, you know, but then Disney is trying to purchase Fox, so you don't know where it's going to be.
So what's going to happen? Are we going to...
That's the whole question, man. And, you know, Fox kind of loaned Spider-Man to Disney, to Marvel.
Yep.
And, you know, it's, as far as I know, it's still their character. But maybe, you know, if it's me, here's what I put in the storyline, right? You know, for the first part of the movie, Venom is like running amok. You know, well, one, it's going to be an origin story, so he's going to find the symbiote. It's going to take him over. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
He starts causing trouble. You know, so then, you know, for that part of the movie where he's causing trouble, Spider-Man's away with the Avengers. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know, doing some big battle with the Avengers. Yep. Of course, you know, spoiler alert, in Avengers Infinity War, he dies.
Nope.
But they're going to bring him back. It's, you know, it's guaranteed.
Well, and they kind of spoiled that too, because if you're bringing him back, to me, why would you let that cat out of the bag? But then you announce they're doing another Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Before
he dies in Infinity War.
Before he dies in it, it's like, why would you let that out?
Yeah, I don't
because
know.
The ending, you know, I still haven't seen. I pretty much know what happens, but if you're going to do that, why don't let the cat out of the bag? Like, you have that all factor that you know, you really, you know, you caught the fans off guard, and it's like, well, he's dead, but oh, by the way, they're going to do another Spider-Man movie. It's like, what? Yeah,
well, you know, so what I'm saying is this whole thing should be like before Infinity War, but after Civil War, because that's when Spider-Man joined the Avengers.
Yep.
He should be away for the first, you know, basically the whole movie. He's away fighting with the Avengers. He's doing something. Then, at the end of the movie, Spider-Man shows up to fight Venom. Like, that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
If you have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, why?
Yeah, because
why are you making a Venom
basically
movie?
Have a Venom movie where he's the good guy and the bad guy. Is that what?
See, good point. Good point. Who's the bad guy? I guess it's the bad guy is going to be the guy from the evil corporation that let the symbiote loose. But the Venom symbiote is an asshole.
But then Tom Hardy figures out how to control the Venom.
Oh, but then I think like the Venom corrupts his mind, and then he's like the bad guy. So what's going on? See, that's what I'm talking about. I know you excited. The trailers looked all right, but...
Well, but you're not saying anything I didn't say to the guy, like, when I first seen the trailer. Because I was like, it looks good, but...
But I mean, so why are you pumped up for it then?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
It's one of those, it's like, it looks good, but I know it's not going to be good if it's just... Because you can't just... I don't know.
I mean, okay,
it's like you're pulling this way,
what you're saying.
Somebody's pulling this way. It's like, I don't know which way to go.
If you look at it as just a movie, let's say we didn't know Venom was part of the Spider-Man universe, right?
Yep.
It's just Venom. This would be an interesting movie, one, because it's freaking Tom Hardy, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
Which, you know, when I heard Tom Hardy was going to be Venom, I was like, that's freaking perfect.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's freaking great. That guy can do anything.
Yep.
You know, a lot of movies that he's been in are just amazing. The Dark Knight, the movie he had where he was the twins. That was an awesome movie. There's a million movies Tom Hardy's done that are awesome. So, you know, you take that at face value. You watch the trailer. It looks kind of cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So...
But then if you just look at that aspect of it, it looks really good.
Yeah.
But anybody that's seen Spider-Man or grew up watching it, you know the backstory. You know what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what they're doing. I don't.
Yeah, because you know the symbiote takes over Spider-Man. Basically, you get Black Suit Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then you know, he kind of rejects the symbiote because he's a good person, and it goes to Eddie Brock and kind of corrupts his mind. That's the story. Now, okay, you can deviate from that in the movies, whatever, but the whole thing about Venom is he's jealous of Spider-Man because he takes over Spider-Man's stuff and picks up Spider-Man's abilities. That's why he has the web and all that crap. So there is no Venom without Spider-Man. So how are you going to do it? So, maybe, another awesome idea, I think, is have Venom take over Eddie Brock the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, Spider-Man shows up to fight him, and the symbiote goes, wait a minute, this guy's way more awesome than this freaking Eddie Brock guy. Goes over, takes him over, yeah. And then that sets up another Spider-Man movie with Venom and Tom Hardy. And, you got Black Suit Spider-Man, and then, Spider-Man rejects the symbiote. It goes back to Eddie Brock, all this stuff. So, I'm not a screenwriter. I don't know what I'm doing. But, they got to have Spider-Man. That's all I'm saying.
You have to. I mean, you can't. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I don't know, man. But, so the last pop culture thing we had here is the MGK Eminem situation.
Yep.
Which we just got to talk about. I actually, I don't listen to a lot of hip hop. I listen to like Kendrick Lamar and a couple of those guys, J. Cole, stuff like that. But I do like the disses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love listening to it.
They two rappers going back and forth. So Eminem comes out with this Kamikaze track that trashes like 90% of new rappers. And then, so MGK comes back with that Rap Devil track, right?
Yeah, which I guess that's an answer to the Rap God that Eminem put out.
Right.
I guess that's why he came out with...
Yeah, and I guess there was this big Twitter thing, which we watched the Sway interview with Eminem. There was this big Twitter thing where MGK put out, you're not God, you just rap or whatever, stuff like that. Had something I had to get off my chest or something like that. The MGK tweeted that out. So, that pissed Eminem off. And then there's the whole thing with the daughter and all this crap. So MGK puts out Rap Devil, and, I think it's a pretty good diss track.
It is if someone else was rapping. But MGK cannot rap.
No, he's not good.
So
he's not good.
I mean, okay, say if Luda put that out.
Now,
I'll be alright with it.
Now,
what?
Look at you on the Luda.
Luda, my boy from way back.
The boy from way back. But
yeah,
he can't rap,
he
okay?
can't.
My point is, he had some solid digs in there. He had stuff about his daughter. He had the stuff about how M won't let him on Shade 45 to talk to Sway. He had the stuff about how M tried to call his record executive behind his back and end his career, which that's some that's some pretty bitch-made stuff.
Which on that interview, I think, and I love him. I love listening to him, like his battles, everything.
Yeah, 8 Mile.
But 8 Mile. But I really think it comes down to M he's a little sour because now, and he even said this on the interview. He didn't say he was sour, but on when he's talking about these rappers coming up, before he come up, he didn't have YouTube to put out there and to get his name out.
Yeah,
he was busting his ass at.
He also didn't have. There were no white rappers.
Right.
So
he he blasted on the scene and did his own, but he had to. But now there's YouTube, and anybody can put anything on there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's a little,
He was also talking about these guys on YouTube that review, like us.
Yeah.
that review music and have no ability whatsoever. Which, I feel like people can review music all they want. You can't talk about somebody's character as far as like that person is trash.
Yeah.
But you can say like, man, I just didn't like that track. I thought it was bad.
Yeah.
Anybody can say that. I don't see why not. But
yeah,
he is a little sour on that whole thing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he didn't have an easy way, coming on the scene. So 8 miles. But he busts his ass, and he because I don't know. I watched a thing. It was one of those short videos. Of course, everybody knows he had it rough growing up, but apparently his stepdad punched him so hard when he was like 10 that he blacked out for 5 days.
Yeah.
And like, I guess coming up, he had a stuttering problem too.
Yep.
So I don't know. It was
it's a great story.
It really is, and I mean, it's really interesting to see what he come from. But yeah, I think everybody critiquing what he does, and I think, and then this whole mumble rap scene that he, I don't know. I thought it was hilarious on the Kamikaze where he was making fun of it.
It's Gucci Gang and all the little rappers, LIL rappers.
Yeah.
But so MGK comes out with this rap devil thing. It's all right. And then Eminem fires back with Kill Shot here a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And so Pickens likes Kill Shot, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
I like the rapping ability in it. You can obviously tell that Eminem's a better rapper.
Yeah, because he goes on this rant for like it's like, is he gonna take a breath? Yeah. And he never does. And like it's just to me it's like vintage Eminem rapping. Now does he have any solid digs? Not really.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is MGK was talking about some pretty real stuff. He can't rap at all.
He cannot.
But he had some pretty solid digs, like I said, about, all this stuff, about Dre, because, Eminem wouldn't have a career without Dre. That's just, there's no doubt about it. All this stuff. Then Eminem kind of comes back and he's like, oh man, you got a man bun and I sell more records than you. And keep my name out your daughter's mouth and, or keep my daughter's name out your mouth and, just what did he really say? What did he really dig? Because I was telling Brent, earlier this year there was a beef between Drake and Pusha T. Okay, and Pusha T did all this research on Drake, man. Found out that Drake had gotten a porn star pregnant in Canada and that he had an illegitimate child and he wasn't paying child support. And Pusha T put that in a diss track.
I don't know how you come back. You
don't
Drake come back from it. It's like, I'm gonna go watch a little bit of Toronto and just.
So I'm sitting there
waiting.
This
ever happen?
Right, I'm just sitting here, waiting for Eminem to come out with something like that to just completely bury MGK but he doesn't, man. He's just like it's just kind of like whatever.
I'm curious if MGK brings something else out. Because
I think he's going to respond.
You think?
I think he has to at this point. You can't just let it go, man. You can't say that Eminem won because right now I think it's a tie. You have Eminem who can rap really well, but he didn't have any solid digs, and you have MGK that can't rap, but he had some solid digs. So right now it's 1-1 to me, tie ball game. So you got to do something.
I guess
a lot of people I see on Facebook though say that Eminem just completely buried him with this Kill Shot thing.
Yeah.
I don't share that opinion, man. I don't think he did. I don't think he had a lot of solid digs.
Yeah,
because like I said, I'm waiting for the Kill Shot, like Pusha T, researching that Drake has an illegitimate child that he's not paying child support for.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
I
know no one wants to come at him and like it's hard.
No one wants to come.
You're not going to out. Even if you get better digs at M's going to out rap you every day.
He's not going to. You're going to out rap him.
So you're not. To me, MGK, he's already lost because there's nothing. There's nothing he can do to. I just don't. You know what I
mean? They either got to come together and squash it, or MGK puts out another track. That's the only two options right now.
Yeah, that's.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
More updates to come on that. I don't. We might lose a couple people on that. I don't know. People don't really. People might not care, and they might be tired of hearing about it. But
yeah.
So we're going to go into some sports talk now.
Cool.
Before I get into that though, it's my wife's birthday today.
Oh yeah.
So. Happy birthday, Allison.
Happy birthday.
Yesterday we went to her favorite winery in Spencer, West Virginia. Drank some wine and played some cards and stuff with a couple of friends, with her cousin and his wife. So we had a good time, a pretty good birthday, but she has to work today on her birthday, so it kind of sucks. But
that's no good.
No good, but I mean, her mom's the boss, so what are you going to do? But so we got about 15 minutes left here. I'm not going to talk about the college fantasy football because we already kind of talked about that, but the thing we got to talk about now is Aaron Rodgers' comeback last week.
I'm going to watch football a long time, and I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best comeback story like you ever seen. It has to be up there.
The man made history on Sunday Night Football.
Because when he went down, like they were even talking about when he went down, like it's like the air was just sucked out of the whole team.
Yep.
They're like, well, we're done.
Yeah. Well, because and every Packers, I'm a huge Packers fan. Every Packers fan is like, our season's over. I texted in our group text with our buddy Matt. I'm like, I think Aaron Rodgers just tore his effing ACL.
Yep.
I think he just tore it. The season's over. I'm like, okay, well, wrap up the NFL this year. I'm done watching.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is out because he had a 300-pound defensive lineman land on his knee and bend it completely sideways.
Yes. Yeah, that's...
And then, they put him in the medical tent for a little bit, look at it, and then decide he needs to go back, in the behind the bleachers or whatever.
The training.
Yeah, the training room or whatever. And he has to go in and get checked out by a doctor and all this stuff. So they cart him in. They cart him off the field.
You're sure he's done?
You're sure he's done? He's hanging his head, man. He's like, "Oh man, I'm done. This sucks."
Yeah.
You can look at him and he thought he was done.
Yeah. And then you have Khalil Mack do the half. Just tear up the first half.
The first half, which, John Gruden's sitting there like, kill me.
Well, I look like a dumbass.
I'm a dumbass.
But, I mean, he's the first player since himself to put up those stats. Seriously, the last player to put up the stats he put up was Khalil Mack. That was one of the ridiculous things I've seen on there. I think it was like 2000.
This is the best game any defensive player has had since Khalil Mack, and it's done by Khalil Mack.
This is ridiculous.
So then the third quarter rolls around, and you see Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He's pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
At this point, it's 20-0.
Yeah.
It's 20-0 the Bears. Mitch Trubisky is looking like freaking Roger Staubach. And the Green Bay defense has no answers. It's 20-0. So Aaron Rodgers comes back out, and I can't remember did he score a touchdown or a field goal first? They scored a field goal first because it was 20-3 at one point.
Yeah.
So they go down. Aaron Rodgers, they score a field goal. It's 20-3.
Then he throws like a 40-some yard.
Then he throws a 40-some yard touchdown pass, so it's 20-10.
To Geronimo Allison, wasn't it?
Right. And then the Bears come back down and kick a field goal. It's 23. I think this is the order. 23-10. Right. And so then I'm thinking, well, man, I still don't. It's the fourth quarter at this point. I'm like, I don't see how it's going to happen, And then Aaron Rodgers comes out, throws another touchdown pass to Devontae Adams, marches him right down the field. Devontae Adams makes a nice move on the left side of the field, little juke action, gets into the end zone. So then, at this point we're like, okay, there's like 4 minutes left in the game. It's 23-17. We got a shot at this thing, man.
Yeah.
And then, Aaron Rodgers, this whole time, he can't even put any weight on his left foot. He throws like that 50-yard touchdown pass to Geronimo Allison across the field. So it's like 70 yards in the air.
Yeah.
And drops it right into the dude's hands in the corner of the end zone without putting any weight on his left leg.
Yeah.
Because he can't walk.
It's really pretty. I mean, show me a Tom Brady doing that crap. Yeah, you won't.
See, they'll bring up the stitches in his hand or whatever.
Oh,
I think that was fake.
He played some stitches in that hand. Big whoop.
Yeah, that was fake. That was fake. He didn't have any stitches.
No.
It was fake news.
It was...
But
it was an excuse. That's all it was.
So then it's 23-17. The Green Bay Packers miraculously stop the Bears, get the ball back. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And Aaron Rodgers is hobbling out to the field, has to throw off his back foot. Usually when you throw off your back foot, your passes sail on you, unless you have a really strong arm, like Aaron Rodgers has a really strong arm. So... comes out, there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Our buddy Matt sends a text to the group message that says 6 plays. He's going to score in 6 plays. So they go out there, man, and like he almost throws a pick. Almost threw a pick. Then like he threw an incomplete pass or whatever. It comes down to like, 3rd down or whatever. It came down to like 4th down, I think. And so this is all or nothing right here. Then on the 4th play from scrimmage, so maybe he got a 1st down and then it was 3rd down or whatever. I can't remember. But on the 4th play of that drive, he throws a pass to Randall Cobb through the hands of a defender. Randall Cobb catches it, turns around, and there is nobody.
Yeah.
There is nobody behind him. Nobody in front of him, to the end zone. Runs down. The only person that had a shot at him was Khalil Mack, who had ran the entire distance of the field because he's a freaking beast.
Yes.
And Randall Cobb scores. Also, I had Randall Cobb in my fantasy team. So not 3 seconds before that, I texted you guys and said, I need Aaron Rodgers to throw a touchdown to Randall Cobb to win this thing. And he did. And it was an 85-yard touchdown pass with like 2 minutes left, under 2 minutes maybe. So then the Bears come out. And I'm like, man, the Green Bay defense better not screw up this amazing freaking comeback. Because this is with the hurt leg.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the greatest comebacks of all time. And then, Trubisky comes out. It's 4th down. The Packers stop him. But Clay Matthews, dumbass, runs back in there and plants Trubisky on the ground like 20 seconds after he threw it.
Yep.
It's a blatant roughing the passer. I mean, I can't argue the call.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Clay Matthews, you suck now, man. I'm sorry. You used to be a Pro Bowl guy. You probably still are just because it's a fan vote. But you haven't done anything in 3 years. And you set out a playoff game with a hurt thumb.
Yeah.
So tape that sumbitch up and get out there. So I'm not a Clay Matthews fan anymore, even though I have a Clay Matthews jersey, like an official game jersey.
Oh, yeah.
So then Green Bay somehow miraculously stops them again on another 4th down. And the game is over. Aaron Rodgers is victorious. One of the greatest comebacks I've watched live ever.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from the 28-3 thing.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl where Tom Brady came back.
Yeah.
You got to give that credit.
I think that was more of a collapse than give him credit.
Well, the Bears had a pretty epic collapse too, if you want to look at it like that. But
yeah.
But
it's not like Tom Brady's coming out making throws like Aaron made. Come on.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league right now. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. There's no doubt about it. If even Tom Brady said one time, I saw a tweet that a reporter said that Tom Brady one time said that if Aaron Rodgers had New England's offensive line and their institutional knowledge of defenses, aka they cheat, that he would throw for 7,000 yards every year.
Yeah.
So and you kind of see that with Jimmy G. They plug Jimmy G in and he goes off in the New England system, man.
Yeah.
You want to talk about system quarterbacks? Nobody will draft a quarterback from Texas Tech because they say they're a system quarterback. But then you got Tom Brady, who's the biggest system quarterback. I don't even like that term, but he's the biggest system quarterback that there is. So I don't want to hear it, man.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. And then Skip and Shannon get into the debates all the time about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
Which I don't know. It shouldn't even be a debate. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, look at highlight plays throughout their career. Of Tom Brady versus Aaron, and it's not even close.
No, and you look at their. Okay. So get this, Pickens. You know how Skip Bayless loves that total QBR rating thing? Guess what Aaron Rodgers' was for that game? 43.
Wow.
Out of a possible 100.
43.
He comes out in the second half and throws for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And he also threw more yardage and more touchdowns in the second half than I think it was 14 or 15 other quarterbacks that played.
So half the league.
Yeah, half the league.
He threw more yards in one half than half the league threw in a whole game.
Yeah, I mean that says something.
I mean, he's just you can't watch that game right now and say that anybody other than Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's going to play this week, too. I just saw the news. Yep. He's going to, which you already said last week.
Well, and how many other quarterbacks, if they got hurt, would actually come back on the field?
I mean,
after signing that multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah, because he's got $100 million either way. He doesn't care.
Yeah, so he could easily sit down. Okay, shut me down for the season. I'm going to collect a check.
Yep. But he did cite playing behind Brett Favre for 3 years.
Yep.
And he said playing behind Brett Favre for 3 years, you realize that you got to be, you got to be tough to play this game. And Brett Favre is the toughest quarterback to ever play the game.
Oh, no doubt.
So I mean, he's just toughing it out, and he's going to play this week hobbled up. It doesn't matter. I'm not sure what time they play today, but I'll be watching the game, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers, best in the business.
Oh yeah.
So that's all it is. Couple little quick things. Le'Veon Bell set out 2 games now.
Well, that guy got mad because they wouldn't give him. They gave him $13 million. I guess the deal they had on the table was like $13 million.
Yeah.
So he passed it up. Well, since this is the second week he'll sit out, he's lost out over $1 million.
Yeah, so you take 13 divided by 16 times 2. Yeah, I mean you're about $1 million.
So, and let me tell you something. If the Steelers had the same mindset as the Patriots do, they would let him go.
Oh, he'd be gone.
They'd let him go. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that backup. The backup run, that Connor, James Conner, that's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
He played for Pittsburgh his whole career. Basically, went to high school.
Yep.
Went to Pitt for college.
Yep.
Got drafted by the Steelers.
Eat shit, Pitt.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a feel-good story, and like he went out and he balled last week.
Yep.
And honestly, I'd like to see him do it again. I'm not a Steeler fan at all.
Yeah, I hate the Steelers, but screw Le'Veon Bell if he's going to be a jackass about it.
Yeah, and this guy, he's come on. He's fought. I guess his first year in college, he had a pretty solid year.
Yeah,
and then he was diagnosed with some kind of I don't know if it was cancer or something.
Oh shit! Well, I don't even know all this.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh yeah, and he fought. He fought back, got healthy again. I guess a sophomore year or whatever it was. He bust his ass and he ended up getting drafted by the Steelers. So it's a real feel good story, and I hope he just goes out and straight balls today.
Yeah, so Le'Veon Bell is my least favorite running back in the league. Don't like the way he runs.
I don't either.
He gets up to the line and stutter steps.
Yeah,
and it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stand watching him. Like, run.
Yeah.
Hit the hole and run. Being a patient running back is one thing. But standing there for 20 damn minutes and trying to shuffle around.
Well, it reminds me a lot of Eddie George.
See, but Eddie was big, man.
Eddie was big, but like, there'd be a hole. Because I really remember toward the end of his career when he was with the Cowboys. Because they would turn, they would hand him the ball, and he would just sit there, and it was like he's dancing.
Yeah.
He's like, hit the hole! And there's like, and then of course, it's like, that's what I love is a patient running back. It's like, but dude, just hit the hole. Just do something.
If there's a hole there, hit it.
Yeah, don't the whole dancing back and forth deciding, and then your line, collapses, and then you get lost. You tackle for a loss.
Done. Yeah, Le'Veon. But that being said, Le'Veon, come to Green Bay, man, because I will hate watching you every week. But damn it, we need a running game. So
you haven't had one since like Amon Green.
Yeah, Amon Green. That was probably the last one. Yeah.
Well, 96.
No, we had Dorsey Levens back in '96. But
oh yeah. I forgot about Dorsey.
You forgot about old Dorsey.
I forgot about Dorsey.
You can't forget about Dorsey. But
yeah, that was probably around 2000.
2000, 2003, somewhere around there. We had Amon Green.
I liked Amon Green.
Yeah, he was a good running back.
He was.
But so then we talked about Khalil Mack's performance.
Yeah, that
strip sack, another sack, interception with a touchdown, in the first half basically, because stupidly the Bears stopped blitzing. I don't know, they stopped blitzing Aaron Rodgers when he's hurt.
That don't make any sense.
But
and I will say this: if I'm going to go against Aaron Rodgers, say I'm whoever they're playing this week.
Yeah.
I'm the head coach. I am going to talk. I'm the defensive coordinator. I am going to be like, no matter what you do not bite on the play action.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they can't run.
They can't run.
It's going. They do it every time. Play action roll out, and he hits somebody with wide open.
Yep.
He extends the play long enough. So why the hell are they? Does the opposing team every week bite on the play action?
I have no idea.
Because they don't have a run game.
They have no running game.
I don't think they've had a run game since Aaron's been there.
They haven't really.
So why is the defense still biting on the play action?
You got me, dude.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Aaron will he'll outthrow anybody, and with his accuracy and everything.
Well, see, the second half too, they kind of took the blitz away from the Bears because he was throwing all these little short slant routes and stuff. So that's kind of why the Bears were going to try to blitz him, but then you blitz Aaron Rodgers and he tears you apart because it's Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, man, that's I don't want to tell people how to beat the Packers, but don't bite on the play.
Don't.
It's that simple.
It's just
there is no. But yeah,
I mean, at least make it harder on the man.
Yeah.
Don't let him extend the because once that play's extended, somebody's going to eventually get open.
Yeah, or he's going to break his collarbone.
Yeah. I mean, one of the two.
One of the two. Last thing we talk about here, Pickens, Josh Gordon. He's going to be released.
Yeah, apparently the Browns are releasing him Monday.
Which okay, he's had his issues.
He has. Okay, man, like smoke a little bit of weed. Okay, that's.
Which we were talking. That's legal now, man.
It is, but as good as he is, I mean, he's fast. I mean, he's got that explosive, ability to.
Yeah.
I mean, and to me, if you have him on one side and Jarvis Landry on the other,
yeah,
that is a pretty good.
You got nobody to throw to him, but.
Yeah, but I mean, you went out and played. I mean, I know the Browns. They still haven't won a game. But
they didn't lose.
They didn't lose. I did see a thing. It says their best start since like whenever
it was a tie.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So man, I don't know why if you run that team why you would take away an explosive receiver like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what kind of problems he's had.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Man.
I understand when they cut that. I think it was it. It may not have been them. That linebacker, Micah.
Oh.
The one that got, I don't know, was he a Brown or was it somebody else?
Shoot, I don't remember, man.
I don't know. But I don't know why you would take somebody like that away. If you want to get rid of him, whatever, trade him, that's fine. Get something for him. Don't just release him.
Yeah, that is. Also, Josh Gordon, come to the Packers. We're accepting all applications. And if the Browns have any linebackers they want to give us, I'll take that too. If they want to release any more guys, just go ahead and come to the Packers, and we'll take you with open arms, and you can do a little Lambeau leap action when you score. I mean, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't understand how Dez hasn't been signed.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, don't get me wrong. I understand.
He's lost a few steps.
He's lost a few steps, but he's still. Can you think of a red zone threat?
Not really.
Because he's a big body. He can still get up there and catch. I mean, he may not be the guy to blow past somebody.
See, but I don't know, man. It's just watching him over the last few years. Cover corners can just cover him 1-on-1, and it's nothing to him.
Well, is it that, or is it that Doc just couldn't get him the ball?
Oh no! Here we go. You're gonna stir up some stuff here.
I mean,
I'm not a big Dak fan. You used to be.
Yeah, he had
back when we had a former podcast. I believe you were pretty well on that Dak train.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just don't feel like. I almost feel like he's almost and with Marshall fans are going to be upset with me on this one.
Oh boy,
I feel like he's more of a Pennington guy. He can hit 10 to 15 yards. But when it comes to getting the ball down the field, unless you have
Randy Moss,
you're not. I just don't see him doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I think Dak would be toward the bottom tier of quarterbacks in the league right now, honestly. And if it wasn't for Dallas's run game, which they hadn't really had much this year,
off and on, man,
but. With Elliott, I don't think they would even be. I don't think we'd even be talking about it.
That's true.
The past couple years, that's all they had was a run game.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc puts up good numbers, but who cares about numbers if?
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, you need to hit your.
You need to win.
Yeah, you need to win, and I never thought I'd say, but Romo was getting him the ball.
Romo was getting him the ball, but Romo couldn't,
Romo was throwing picks too.
Well, Romo was getting him the ball during the regular season.
Yeah.
Then shit in the bed in the playoffs. So,
yep.
What are you going to do? I think they needed to get rid of Romo long before they did.
Oh, I completely agree.
He just needed to go into the booth a long time ago, because he's actually a pretty good announcer. So
yeah.
He's a hell of a lot better than Joe Buck, that's for sure.
And Collinsworth.
Hey, oh my God! Don't even get me started, man. Because every time I know, because last week the Packers had Sunday Night Football against the Bears. Oh shit! Here we go. We got to sit through Collinsworth.
Here's a guy.
Here's the guy. Oh my gosh! He said that about Khalil Mack 37 times.
I very did. It's ridiculous.
He's like, this guy just picked the ball off and then ran it in for a touchdown.
He's like an even awful, more just terrible version of Madden. He just says stuff that would, Madden would say, is well, they got to score more points than the other team.
You get 10 yards. That's a first down.
It's just are you kidding me? And everybody knows, when we watch Super Bowl, I could not stand Collinsworth because it was so biased.
Why did they put him on that?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
But just every week with Collinsworth, especially on the primetime games, he kills me.
He's awful. He's awful.
But
yeah, what are you going to do, man? The NFL season is unfolding here. We'll probably talk a little bit more NFL as the weeks go by. Might talk some NHL as well.
Oh, definitely.
When we start watching that, so stay tuned. But we made it through another week here, Pickens. And I worry every week, man. I'm like, this is going to be the 30-minute episode this week. But here, we've made it another week. Guys, thanks for listening. This has been the Couch Thoughts Podcast, episode 15. We'll be back next week with another one. You can find us on Facebook at the Couch Thoughts Podcast. Just search that. YouTube, the Couch Thoughts Podcast as well. I'm slacking heavily on my uploading of the podcasts on YouTube.
I don't even know how many you're behind now.
Last one I posted was 11, and we're recording 15. But you know, it's all our historical ones are there. You know, they're episode 1 through 11. That's there on YouTube. So this can be found on Podomatic, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and then also you can hit us up on Twitter at CouchThoughtPod. No S in there. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to another week, and until next week, later.